You suck, your business sucks, and you'll never be successful. How many people paid you $5,000? You ever lied to anybody? Okay, real quick. Anything you see in here? It's over, bro. What's your belief system? You're married, yes, to a woman, or you let your wife wear pants? When I ask you for something and you don't give it to me, are you knowing that you're lying to me?
Lying?
You cannot move being this comfortable. But you be in the crib and your drawers just like, hey, yo. My job is to make you fail. My job is to make you quit. My job is to make you cry. But if you survive it, success is on the other side. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. I'm just really nervous.
What are you nervous about?
What do you mean?
What are you nervous about?
I haven't watched it, but I know it's like where you grill people.
I'm not gonna grill you.
And I've been a little stagnant lately, so I'm feeling like pressure.
Okay, I might grill you then.
Yeah. I probably need it. So.
Why? Well, why have you been stagnant?
I feel like I had planned to start the podcast journey doing it one way, and now I have a shift in like what I kind of want to talk about, but also it feels a little savage, and so I don't want to be known as being that girl. I don't think so. So I don't know.
You don't. What topic do you want to go after?
Just being in like dark feminine energy, getting what you want.
Dark feminine energy?
In a good way. That's like what it's called on the streets. But
how's
not
it
like,
okay,
like
explain the good way. Okay, explain how it's not the good way. Like, explain how people look at dark feminine energy in a negative light.
It's a woman who gets what she wants.
Like?
Anything. Any man she wants, anything in life she wants. It's a mindset.
So why would somebody look down at that? Like,
because a lot of guys don't like that. They don't like
a woman that gets what she wants?
Yeah.
So men want a woman that don't get what they want? They want failures? That's not true.
Well, they want women who are like modest and is going to be there when they get home. Does that make sense?
So you're not the person that's going to be home when the man gets home?
Maybe.
Because you're outside?
Maybe.
Are you saying dark feminine energy leaning towards promiscuity?
Sometimes. I don't know. Like, it depends on your mood.
Is that a podcast or is that Olivia?
Exactly.
It's not an answer to the question.
I don't know because...
No, I'm asking, is that just a podcast or is that who Olivia is? Like, I was just looking at an interview and they interviewed Sexy Red. You know who Sexy Red is. Mm-hmm. The fact that you listen to her music? You like her songs?
There's a couple.
Okay. So they said, what's your goals for this year, Sexy Red? And she said, in so many words, to have sex with a whole bunch of men.
Okay.
That was her answer.
Okay.
What do you think about that answer?
I think that if that's what you feel like you want to do, know the consequences, but have fun, enjoy your life.
So, what's your goal? What's your goal in the relationship space right now?
To find someone who builds me up and who I sexually like too, both. I just want to.
I don't understand. Explain it. You said find somebody and build you up and sexually like.
Okay, so because we brung in the sexual aspect, the promiscuity.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're talking about that part in relationships too, it's like guys are a little vanilla sometimes. So that plus somebody who's also about their business.
So you want somebody that's about their business that won't expect you to be home when they get there.
Maybe.
That's going to be okay with you doing whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it.
Well, yes, but like obviously if I'm in a relationship, I know I got to dial it down from what I'm doing now.
But not turn it off.
Well, I can't turn it off.
Dial it down, but not turn it off, which means you want a guy that is about their business, not expecting you to be the housewife, maiden type person. And if they see you in the club dancing the way you want to dance, or they see you out on a date with somebody, they just got to be cool with it. Would that be a perfect situation for you? You can be honest, it's just us here. Nobody else is going to see this.
You seen like what's happening with the Keke Palmer situation?
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
But it's Usher though. I mean, that's different.
Why?
Because she wasn't like smashing him. She just was at the Usher show.
That's what I'm saying. She was just dancing.
Yes.
She was out dancing. That's dancing.
Yes, but you are, I think what I'm hearing you say is you want to be intimate with multiple partners and just have one kind of solid situation at home.
Not all the time. That wouldn't be like an all the time thing.
I'm not saying you want to do it every single day, but you see something you like, you go get it, no matter what situation you're in right now. Let me just ask you this question. Would this be an ideal situation for you? There's a man who has money, about their business, smart, intelligent, attractive. That's your guy. That's your person. Now, maybe y'all don't talk about it all the time, but there's an understanding that Olivia is going to do what Olivia is going to do, but she always going to bring it back home. It's all good.
Yeah, but
would that be an ideal situation?
Yes, but when I say it, like, guys get mad.
It's not about, Olivia, it's not about guys getting mad. It's about us having...
because it makes me think that it's wrong.
It's about us having an initial conversation about who you want to be and how you want to operate.
Right.
And I think you should be free to be who you want to be. And if you're trying to be somebody else, it's not going to work. Now, if you find something wrong with it, then you need to make a change. But you're never going to satisfy everybody.
I think that majority of women feel this way, but they don't want to say it. And I don't like having to start having that conversation on the internet feels like a lot of pressure on me. Does that make sense? Okay.
Don't worry about pressure. Don't worry about internet. Don't worry about other people.
Okay.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay. What's the question?
Would you like to be able to do whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do it with, but still have somebody that is your person?
Yes.
Okay. That's the first. That's the first step.
Yes.
We've got to be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
How often do you get to say that out loud?
I've said it a couple times, and the guys get like immediately like upset. So I kind of stopped saying it, and then I thought like, okay, well maybe I'll just be single until I don't feel that way, and maybe I won't one day. I don't know.
Maybe flip side is, I think anybody that says that, the other person's gonna be upset. Like if I say to a woman, now I'm married, so I always try to put disclaimers out there. But if I say to a woman, I want you and I to have a good time, but I'm still gonna be single and outside.
Not like that though. Don't say it like that. Because it's not like single.
That
it's not like
is what it
single.
is.
It's not single and outside because obviously you're not single and people would know you're with that person. But
no. What I'm saying is, whether it's a guy saying it or a girl saying it, most people are not going to be okay with that.
No, not really, because when I say it to a guy, when I say, okay, you can do what you want to, it's okay. Like obviously be respectful. They're like, okay, cool. It's fine when they do it. It's a problem when we do it.
I'm telling you, either way, if I've never been able to say that to a woman and they be okay with it, ever. Mm-hmm. So you saying it to men, most people, they're not going to be okay with it, right? Mm-hmm. But one day you're going to meet your match. And you say, yo, is really? Like, you will be the diamond in the rough. Like, oh my God, hold on. You're not gonna be blowing up my phone if you see me out with somebody who's gonna walk by and just text me maybe something funny, but we all good still? There's gonna be somebody that you'll meet your match. But you gotta be honest with you first. Mm-hmm. Right? So, that was a moment of clarity. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you wanna start this podcast that you become the voice of all the women that are like you, right?
Yes.
Yo, do you know, you watch Finesser podcast?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't watch it, but I've seen clips.
He flirts with everybody.
Yeah.
He makes it okay to be like, yo, I really like you, but he says it to everybody. And it almost seems like more women are attracted to that.
Yeah.
But it's not more women, it's just that demographic of people who are okay with it. Mm-hmm. My wife would have never been okay with that. Donnie is never okay with that, right? But there are some that are. Mm-hmm. You probably would be like, yo, Vanessa, what's up? Mm-mm. I don't know if you're attracted to him or not, but that somebody like that, you'd be like, oh, I mean, cool. We here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, it's not that. No, like, I want a serious relationship. I just understand that, like, I've just seen a lot of people cheat, and I just don't want to make it a big deal anymore.
So you want to be in a relationship, but you don't necessarily want to live by the laws of a traditional relationship.
Of a monogamous relationship, but I'm not like poly, and I'm not wanting somebody who wants to be for the streets. I shouldn't hear about it.
But you want to be for the streets.
But no, I'm not saying I want to be for the streets. What I'm saying is, like, if I have like a rendezvous in Africa or something, like, I want my freedom to be able to, like.
That means you are for the streets. You're trying to sugarcoat a conversation.
It's not. No, it's not. Because
we're saying and agreeing on the same thing, but you keep saying, no, not like that. And if you have to say, no, not like that, that means it's like that, but you don't want to say it. It doesn't sound good. You know what? You probably become a lot more successful if you weren't so afraid of what other people think about you.
Probably.
Yo, I think Sexy Red or Suki, how you know? Yeah.
It's Suki.
Suki, I think they are, and to me, neither one of them are attractive. It's almost disgusting with the way they be on it. But they are, what I do love is they are so free to be themselves and say what they, and it's not just music, not just making good music. It be in interviews. This is who I am. And I think that's why they're blowing up, because there is a demographic of people who like the fact that they say what most people are thinking, they just get to say it out loud.
I don't think most people are thinking that, but I don't know what is in the heads of, like, maybe that type of.
They're fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe their fans are. Okay.
But
Fair
they
enough.
probably got millions of fans.
Okay.
There's a lot out there.
Okay.
You are just so afraid of what other people will think about your desires.
I am. Because some of me feels like, I think I grew up in such a Christian household that it's like, I want to be this good girl who, like, wants to just be behaved. And when I'm not, I'm, like, trying to hurry up and correct it.
And you feel guilty.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like it's cool. Like, I like Sexy Red, some of the stuff she promotes, but, like, I don't want my mom to ever hear me say what I want to do in the bedroom.
You know what this sounds like?
Yeah.
This sounds like it sounds like a little boy who is homosexual, but they don't want to let their dad down, but this is what they feel. When they see another little boy walk by, they're like, "Oh, I like that." But I can't say it out loud.
Okay.
Now I got to find these little pockets and corners of the world where there are other people like me, and it's okay and it's acceptable. So you just live in this closet forever. How long? So listen, first off, I'm not promoting that you go out and bust it wide open and do whatever you want to do. I'm saying there's a conversation that you need to have with yourself. Because right now you're in the closet. You're just as bad as someone being in the closet that is homosexual, just doesn't want to come out. They're afraid, they're just scared of what other people are going to think about them. But then you realize, and I think most people that do come out, they realize that there's more people like them than they realize. Your mom and dad still together?
My stepdad's been in my life since I was 2, and
Gotcha.
yeah.
You don't know, your mom could be like...
I mean, I told her some things, and she was like, cool, and I was like, okay.
Your mom might be the same way.
I mean, she's with it in some capacities, and
She
it
might be with
surprises
it right
me,
now. She
but-
might be outside and your stepdad just don't know.
Yeah.
Is this a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, I know about some things. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But she's so afraid to tell you because she think, and I don't know if this is true, but this could be, where she thinks, oh, I can't tell my daughter that I'd be outside a little bit. And then you don't I can't tell my mom that I'll be outside when y'all both the same. It is very freeing to be who you are, though.
Yes, I know. I know that now ever since I started my podcast.
Yes. So your podcast is about freedom of sexual expression, freedom
No, right
of...
now it's about the good parts, like the spirituality parts, the yoga parts, the...
promiscuity?
No, I don't like to talk about those things on my podcast yet, but I think that's what I want to start.
You want to talk about them?
Yes.
So you're leading into what you think other people are going to like first, or how other people are going to accept you first.
Yes.
Side note, when we were in Miami,
Yes.
the guy you were sitting next to,
Yes.
was that a situation?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing?
Do you when I look at you, I just want to be honest, so I'm just going to be honest.
Yes.
I didn't want to pay for an extra night in the hotel room, so I stayed in his room, and that was the exchange. It's like $250 a night, $300.
Okay. We're getting somewhere. I knew there was something there.
So I was flirting with him to get the extra room. With that,
Did he have a double bed or a single bed?
a single bed.
Y'all stayed in the same bed?
Yeah,
How long did he try?
the whole night.
The whole night.
Yeah. That's the price you have to pay for a free room.
I'm glad you put it that way. That is the price you got to pay. Have you ever paid a price that you didn't want to pay, but you paid it anyway?
What do you mean? And what? I don't understand the
Have
question.
you ever had to pay a price for something you didn't really want to? I'm in a bind, Nate. Have you ever? You seen Set It Off? Have you seen Set It Off?
No.
So Jada Pinkett, what was her name? What was her name in Set It Off? Oh my gosh, it slipped my mind. So she needs some money, and this guy she doesn't like has money, and he's always making these advances to her. And she finally comes to him one day, and she's like, "I'm in a bind, Nate." And Nate is like, "Okay, well, you know what you gotta do. I got the money, but you know what you gotta do." So he's like, yeah, they're talking, going back and forth. He said, yo, hit me up when you're serious. He hits the gas a little bit, moves up. And she said, Nate. She goes back, jumps in the car. Next scene, getting it in. You can see her face. She's not feeling it. Goes home. She has the money, takes a shower, and tries to wash the stuff off. I think it's such a popular scene because it's a reality.
So, of course, in LA, all the pretty girls have sugar daddies. So I definitely have had a couple sugar daddies. And, they're not the cutest, but they treated me good.
What kind of mindset do you have to have? Like what? Like going into it, what are you thinking?
Well, I don't think men are all that cute anyways. That's not the point of a man, is to be cute. He's like, he doesn't need to be cute. So I'm more...
A man doesn't need to be cute.
No.
You're saying men in general aren't attractive?
Some are. Some are like really cute. And then everyone knows who those are. But like most men know. They're kind of ugly in a nice way.
What about him? How's he?
He's cute.
The rest of us are married, so we're not getting into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point of a man is not to be cute.
Yes, so now...
What is the point?
Well, at first...
So are you like bi?
No.
Sexual? No?
No. No, straight. But now I'm like really just attracted to a man's mind anyways. So it doesn't matter.
And money?
Who?
Mind and money.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course. Of course.
Listen, I'm just trying to get it all out
Yes.
because I'm trying to fill in the blanks of the stuff that you want to say that you're not.
Yes.
Say. Okay.
Yes. Mind and money.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I've never heard someone say it out loud. I never got a chance. I know that this is a culture, but I never had a chance to talk to somebody who would say, okay, I mean, sugar daddy, hey, he's 60 years old. Hold on, do you got to kiss?
I don't really do like
hold on, real quick.
60.
Do you kiss him though? Got to, right?
You know, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
But sometimes you gotta.
You may have to.
Yeah. Okay.
But if it's like inside of like a really nice steakhouse, it doesn't hit the same. It's not that bad. It's not like, ugh. It's like, you know.
But I'm saying when
thank you for the meal.
But when you're active, though, I mean, when you're being intimate.
Yeah, but they're old men, so it's not like it's like a fresh guy off the pot. It's like, you know what I mean? It's over before it really even starts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. This is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And there are very few podcasts that will talk about this stuff.
That's not true.
Yes, that is true.
It's
100%.
not true because I watch them.
No, you watch
There's
some.
a lot.
You watch some, but there are very few.
Yeah.
You can't name 100.
No.
I can name 100 entrepreneurship podcasts.
Yeah.
I can name 100 relationship podcasts. You can't name a lot. So I would imagine Horrible Decisions. You listen to them? Mm-hmm. So this is a conversation that they may have, but it's also... it's another one. But this is good. So this is the direction that you would like to go in. Mm-hmm. Perfect world. Let's say, for instance, you hit the lottery, you're up $100 million. You don't care what nobody else says. You will start this podcast and talk about what?
What I'm talking about now.
Okay.
Which is like spirituality, which is yoga. But I think that...
Witches?
No, spirituality,
okay,
yoga, like stuff like that. I like witchcraft too. A little bit of that is cool. Nothing too crazy. But that niche to me requires so much money to put into advertising.
Okay.
It doesn't just go viral. It's
For
not one
sure.
of those things like this topic would.
Yeah.
But this topic comes with so much. It's like, yes, I can say go get a sugar daddy if you need a few $100, but like it's not what I want to promote. And it's not like, it's like, yes, I think it's good, but at the same time, I think where I'm going now is more positive and better for younger black women.
I thought you were building a career in insurance, though.
I know, but I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored with it.
You want to be active. Mm-hmm. You want to do something exciting. Mm-hmm. So would the strategy be do the podcast, get a sugar daddy, and just run that play?
It could be.
Do you have one now? Do you have a sugar daddy or two?
But I would love like a really rich one. That'd be cool. That can help me like fund the whole podcast. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then what?
And then hopefully I'll be a podcaster.
Yeah. You want to be married though? Yes?
Maybe.
Not really? No real desire?
It can come, it cannot, and I'll be okay. either way.
Good.
Right now.
Okay.
I may get 35 and then be like, oh, I need a man. I don't know.
Good. Okay, so what is something that you're really struggling with now? One, I think identity.
That.
It's like you don't know what you want to call yourself.
Yeah. Not yet. And just financially, like leaving insurance and going into podcasting has been interesting. So.
You ever dance?
Yes.
Is that always like a fallback? Like insurance doesn't work, podcasting, I can go do that until...
That's actually the debate I'm having at this current moment. Because I have the heels in the back, but I like know that I'm such in a space where I don't need to. I need to go sell some insurance.
How do you make money?
Selling insurance.
Oh, so you do sell insurance?
Yeah.
You do well?
When I'm not bored. Like, it's such a boring topic.
You ever had to do something exciting to get the deal done?
No. I wouldn't do that. No.
You wouldn't do that, but you do it just for the cash up front?
Yes, because at least it was known for that. And it's not known for, like, I'm your insurance agent. That's all I want to be, period. Nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're struggling with identity. What else are you struggling with? The decision to dance or not to dance?
Well, only to finance the podcast.
Yes.
Like how I want to properly finance it.
Gotcha.
Because now, after the podcast summit, I have these thoughts of what I want to see it, but I know it requires money.
Mm-hmm. But you know how to go get some money.
Huh?
You know how to go get some money.
What do you mean?
You know how to get some money. Or you know somebody that will help you with the money.
No, I don't.
No?
No.
You been off your game lately?
What do you mean?
How old are you?
27.
Are you off your game? Like you don't know how to go find them?
Find a man to give me money for a podcast?
Yeah. It seems easy, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like it's simple? You just go out, make yourself available.
I don't know.
But you don't. Are you saying you don't want to live that life anymore?
Exactly.
Good.
Yeah, it was traumatizing. And it had its traumatizing parts.
Give me the most traumatizing scenario and paint the picture as vividly as you could. I mean, you got to get into the explicit parts, but
I think just overall, like allowing someone to touch your body that you don't love is a feeling that's hard to put into words.
I'm a little confused though, because you said you want to go out in Africa and touch on somebody else's body that you don't
somebody
love.
who I'm like, ooh, I want to touch all over your body. Like, I want to feel that, not that
Out of
being,
obligation. So somebody that's pretty much paying for it.
Right.
It's traumatizing.
Right. Sometimes.
How many encounters do you think you've had like that?
Well, I danced for 5 years, so a lot. More than I can probably count.
Yeah. How's your self-esteem?
Well, one thing I know is that I'm cute, so it's like that doesn't really struggle.
Not your self-aesthetic, but your self-esteem.
Oh.
Do you how's your your level of self-worth?
It's good because of things that I've been doing now. And that's why I wanted to talk about that on the podcast, because I now know what feels good in me and what spaces I'm in that make me feel empowered and not used.
Yeah. What do you think's more valuable, your inside or your outside?
Inside.
Inside, more valuable for sure. But you're willing to trade it sometime.
Only because I rather do that than work at a job. I worked at a job and
So it seems like do you work out often?
obviously, yeah.
So you have to work out to keep that outside up, because that may be where your value is.
Well, yeah, especially.
Not saying you're a dumb girl, because you're very smart. But in terms of the way you look, your body, this is the moneymaker. Meaning I'll trade the internal feelings and I'll trade these skeletons that I'm gathering or the feelings, the emotional feelings, I'll suppress those to get some stuff on the outside because I'll throw that part away. It's almost like you're throwing the inside away to keep the outside up because you know how you're going to feel later after you're done this act. Or do you get numb to it at some point?
I think that part of it, what are you referring to? Because in all capacities of my life, my body matters and my face matters. Like in acting, in dancing, like it all matters. Yeah. So I keep it up for life in general. But as far as dancing, it's like there's parts of it that's, yes, I am compromising my insides, but then there's a lot of it that like I really enjoy. I enjoy like performing and dancing and being on stage and being the center of attention, and those parts, phenomenal. Yeah.
Because you know people like how you look.
Yeah, and it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't relate. I've never been. I can never, like, where you know you're going to walk by a group and you know they're going to say, oh, yeah, I like that. And you like that. That's cool. But I know you said you talk about spirituality too. How does the spirituality part play into your kind of like the activities that we were just talking about?
What do you mean?
I would count spirituality like my internal belief, my soul. Do you feel like, do you have a soul?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, what is your belief behind that? Like there's a soul in there somewhere?
For sure.
Okay. And when you do things that are, I don't want to put words into your mouth, but the lifestyle that you describe that you would live sometime, or the things you think it would be cool to talk about, how does that affect your spirituality? Or is it okay?
Sometimes you don't know until after you've done something. Sometimes you think it's okay, like, oh, okay, I'm cool with this. And then the situation happens and you're like, never again. And I don't judge myself for those moments. I judge myself only for the moments that I know that was going to hurt me. And I don't do those things anymore. Like, if I know that that's going to, like, make me feel some type of way, I won't do it.
What do you mean?
Like, anything. If I'm ever in a compromising situation with a man, like, I know I have to be, like, firm on boundaries. Like, super firm.
I still don't understand.
Understand what?
You said you have to be firm on boundaries. Oh, you're saying you've been in that situation before because you know how you're going to feel after. It's just now you've learned from that situation where, okay, I'm not going to go that far. Unless it's a very lucrative situation.
Well, I think anybody would. Like, there's always that saying, would you do blank for $1 million?
Yeah, for sure.
For $1 million, maybe.
Back to Miami, The Room, the 250. He's trying the whole time. And does anything ever happen to where you can get him to stop?
No. Yeah, when he went to sleep.
How did he go to sleep? He just stopped, or was there something that you had to do?
No, he just stopped.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
And you were up for the fight, right? Like you knew this would happen.
Well, yeah, because I know how men are.
Yeah.
That's just what they're gonna do. But the older I get, I'm starting to realize, like, if you hear me say that that's not something I want to do, and you try anyways, immediately I'm not attracted to you anymore. So that's why there's nothing between us, because he kept trying even when I was like, yo, no.
Oh, it could have been something.
Yes.
If he wasn't so thirsty.
It's too thirsty. And now he's going to see this. And
he's going to see this.
Great.
He probably
we were at least online Instagram friends.
I think he knows what it is, though. I think he knew.
For sure, but I didn't tell him he was thirsty, you know, like.
Oh.
I put it in a nice way.
Trust
Like,
me. Hey, listen, as a guy, after that ordeal, he knows he was thirsty. Trust me. He knows. And we're okay with being thirsty sometimes. I tried. I failed. It didn't work out. I see an internal struggle. And I don't know if I condone the lifestyle that you want to lead because it's not my lifestyle. It's not my life to live. But I don't think you should be afraid to be yourself. And I think, like, even through, like, this conversation, it seems like you're not even sure who you want to be. And you might get into the lifestyle what you think you want to be and start this podcast and go down this lane, and you realize you are the front runner for this conversation and you don't like it. Or, and I know you have a heart for people, if you want to help people in this situation that have to feel they have to do what they have to do. But I think you should also prove something to yourself too, that you're more than that. You're more than a favor for a man.
well, I know that.
Do you?
Yeah. Of course. Of course. And
I think
that's
you can
why
say you know that.
That's why my podcast is for, like, women, because I have also a lot of women friendships too, especially being a dancer. I have tons of dancer friends. And those friendships remind me all the time that it's more than just, obviously, men.
If things get too rough, you know how to go get some money. I'm not talking about, like, dancing, but, like, if you're at the bar, a guy looks like they got some money, maybe not that attractive, I'm with that, right? Mm-hmm. Which means I don't think you know that you're more than that. Mm. If I get down on my luck, I know I have a brain to go get some money. I know I can provide for my family because I know I'm personally developed enough. I worked on my skill set, my mindset, my hustle. I'll go get it. I'm not about to compromise to a cougar, you know what I mean? Because they got money. Mm-hmm. So I know that I'm more than my body. My body isn't a whole lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I don't work out like you. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you know that.
Well, I know that because I have done so many other things outside of just that. It's just that is the most lucrative at times. Like, if you need $500 right now today,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
You can go. Never mind.
Right? Yes.
I'm just saying you can, but, like, if you need that in the real world, when you just go ask, nobody's going to give it to you.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference here. I know I can just go get the 500 and I don't have to do anything that compromises my moral
like
belief.
500. Well, I'm sure you could at this point, but I'm talking.
When I was working at the Cheesecake Factory, that's who I was.
But in tips, right?
Tips, I'll go.
In tips,
Fine, I go get some shirts.
If you needed Cheesecake Factory to specifically give you $500, that's where you can't get it. Yes, if you have a job where you make tips, it's the same thing. It's that quick hustle.
Hey, listen, I would be a water boy. I'll go get a bunch of waters. Or I'll go get one of those wrinkled pieces of paper that say I have a football game or something and we need jerseys. They talk to you outside the mall, right? I'm that. I'm gonna go get, not if the job's gonna give me money. I trust in my brain enough that I can figure something out to where I can get what I want, but I don't have to compromise my morals. Right. What I'm getting from you is that you don't understand that yet. Or you may not be that yet.
What I think I'm having a hard time understanding is the parts of me that likes it still. That likes that lifestyle, to where it's not so much I prove to myself time and time again that I don't have to. Yeah. But, like, I genuinely would rather do that than sometimes work.
Just a little thrill.
Yeah, it's fun. And it's like I get to be cute and sexy and somebody that like I can't be at every single point on the real world, like outside. It's a moment where I can just be like free.
Yeah. You think you could do that for the rest of your life?
Obviously, I don't know.
Maybe.
If I wanted to, but I'm not.
I'm saying, you think you could? Like,
That'd be like a nightmare.
all this other stuff. But you just said it was fun.
For now.
You just don't want to make a career out of it.
Exactly.
Long term.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
All the time is because the point is to not have to do that or feel like I have to when I can,
Okay. What can we do? What is the whole, is the goal right now we need to find some money, or we got to find out who you are and what's going to like do it for you internally?
think finding out who I am will come through continuing to do the podcast.
That's true.
So I'm not worried about when that's going to come. I'm just going to let that ride. But I think being more confident in my voice and what I have to say, and also money to build the podcast studio that I want.
Okay, here's the plan. You ready? Okay. Here's what we'll do. Start the podcast, right? But you're going to have to get a sugar daddy that's going to support you. But also, I think we can get that sugar daddy and the money through dancing. We dance at like Magic City or something. The goal is we're going to make money by dancing, but if we're out, we're also looking for prospects. And then we take that money and we start the podcast. And you can do that. You can do that podcast as it grows. You either let go of Magic City or you let go of the sugar daddy.
Well,
and then we fully transition to full time. That's the plan.
That's not the plan.
It would be a good plan.
I have been thinking about the plan, but that's not the plan.
You thought about that plan, though?
It could be a plan.
It could be a plan. Okay.
But I don't think I'd be happy in that plan, so I wouldn't do that.
That's why I'm confused, though, because you said, yo, I like that versus having to go hustle for the money. It's exciting.
Well, I do understand that hustling for the money in other ways is more important for now. So I have a whole bunch of life insurance leads that I actually want to sell. So do that. And I might go back to strip club. But I am finding grant writers who can write me a grant, and hopefully, I don't have to be in there long.
But you're going to go dance. So you've been
heavily
thinking about it?
Heavily thinking about it.
No, because you don't have a mic. That's the only reason. So, yeah, but you just say it anyway. No, but you can't, because there'll be a break in audio. But I got you. We'll be able to talk about it. I'm pretty sure you're going to go dance. I just see it. Like, I mean, right now, this isn't the first time you thought about it. I think you've been thinking about it and saying, I'm going to just go do this. Because it's way more lit than selling insurance.
Yes, but also my acting manager called me like 2 days ago, and he's like ready to get me out there. So I may not have to. Like, there's so many other things. I'm waiting on an affiliate check from you.
For sure.
So hopefully there's something in there.
Yeah, we're working on the calculations.
Okay.
Yep.
I sold pools all summer. So I made like $7,000. That's coming in. Like, I have other stuff that may, if I stick to what I know I need to be doing, I won't go back. But I know there's a weaker part in me that's like, just go for the fun of it. Just to be in the environment, just to have your heels back on, just to like
you miss
have
it.
some cash. I do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is who you are, man. The podcast that you want to launch, I think that's where you're at right now. You're just so afraid to be it because you think somebody's going to judge you.
They are going to judge me.
They are, but no matter what you do, you get judged.
Yeah.
I remember, I was a rapper. I was good too. So funny. I was good though. And I remember I had this experience. I went to like this church revival or something like that. Now that I look back, that was a crazy situation too. But I came to my friend's house and I was like, yo, I'm not rapping anymore. I'm a Christian. And I get judged for it. Anything you do, like the person who leaves the strip club to go to college to get judged. Person that leaves the hood to go to college gets judged. The person who takes a job, you get judged. You get judged. People who leave the street world of selling drugs to go be legit, you get judged. You cannot stop being judged. And if you chase not being judged, you'll be chasing the air. It's like chasing the wind for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. But I think you'll explode when you start being yourself. Mm-hmm. And we haven't seen yourself yet.
I know.
'Cause I think there's some stuff that you want to do that's fun, that morally other people look at as wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that. But only because there's other people going to judge me. But you cannot avoid being judged. I think I want you to experience what it's like to be you and do what you feel in your heart is right for you. My hope, though, is that you realize that I don't want to be that anymore, and I want to be an inspiration to children somehow, or I want to be this boss mogul. And you're only 27, and it takes a little while to figure it out, but I think the advantage that I had was when I was your age, I just went after who I thought I should be at the time. No matter who, like I got in this network marketing company, and I was wearing suits and khakis every day, and my friends did what? Judged me. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna be a businessman, and that's why even while I was working at the Cheesecake Factory, I didn't like complain about working there because at that point I'm walking in my truth and who I am, and I don't think you're walking in your truth, and I don't think you found it yet.
For sure.
You need to spend time on that.
Yeah, I do.
Let's come up with a plan. Let's come up with a strategy. Not about making money, but how to live the life that you desire, you want to live. And you got to list that stuff out. This is what I want my life to look like. All the things that I want to have in my life, and anything that goes against that, I'm against it. You go to church on Easter? Good. But you may be inclined to go because everybody else goes, or you might meet this guy that you like and he's like, hey, come to church with me. Just be like, no, I ain't doing that. It's not my truth. This is some advice I'm giving today. Goodness gracious. You're going to be okay.
Yes.
Soul searching.
Yes.
Soul searching. Okay? Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions? How do you feel right now?
Nervous.
Why?
Because I know this is going to be out there, and then I know that it does well on the internet, so I'm just nervous. I'm just thinking about,
Your mom?
She knows. That's what she's cool about. She's like, oh, show me how you twerk. Like, it's
Your mom's outside, I'm telling you.
She loves it. And I'm just like, yo, this is just, I don't know. It's just something that I'm still wanting to detach from, but I'm not sure how. So I think it's just intense to
Say that one more time.
I want to detach from, but I'm not sure how, in
Detach
what ways.
From what? The good girl image?
No, the older lifestyle that I was living.
So you don't want to do that, but it seems like you're still torn because you kind of still want to do it because it's lit.
Exactly, and that's where the thing is.
Yeah. Okay, I think I see a little clearer what's happening.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, you're an entrepreneur now. Like, what you mean? You got to go back to the club, make some money, go entrepreneur." And I'm like, I know I'm trying, but some days I just don't want to, and I don't know what to say about that. But that's the reality.
The part that you want to detach from, do you want to detach because you think it's wrong yourself, or you think other people think it's wrong?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's wrong. I don't know if it's wrong to enjoy that part of myself. To enjoy the attention, to all of it.
So the only reason you really want to detach is because you think it's the right thing to do. Maybe there's something to that.
And obviously I'm getting older, so my knees aren't the same. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be out all night. Now I want to go to bed by 9. I got a podcast to build. So it's like just inconvenient to really be trying to like be in that lifestyle right now.
So you want to let go because
I'm getting older and it's just not. I do want to get married in some capacity or have a life partner.
Really. You want to get
Yes,
married,
I do.
but not really, because you still want to be able to like cheat on your husband if the situation comes up. You do want the freedom to be able to at least not get caught.
I don't mind. I don't want it to be a secret. Not to not get caught. I don't want it to be like
You want a
you're
husband
cheating.
that's cool. Like I was in a moment. Me and my girls went out.
Just maybe like if he's going through a moment he doesn't want to for 6 months, a year, like, or just can't for whatever reason, like I want freedom to, in those types of situations, not really to be outside. Like the way you're saying it is triggering.
I'm not saying anything wrong though. I didn't say
Kind
anything.
of.
I didn't say anything
Because I'm not
inaccurate.
saying I want to be outside like I'm just single.
By definition, if you are married to somebody and every now and again, like if you're...
By monogamous definition, like if we're in a monogamous marriage, that is the rule.
But you don't want to be in a monogamous marriage.
Exactly, but I don't know what it's called. It's an open marriage, but not
open
marriage.
You want to be in an open marriage.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
See, we got somewhere.
Yeah, that makes me feel better.
Good. So well, one thing you really want is an open marriage.
Yes.
And he can be open too.
Yes.
He can go do his thing.
Yes.
What if he begins to overindulge where it becomes a regular basis?
Well, then we probably aren't supposed to be together anymore.
See, that's not fair because you can't say, all right, well, what's the line? Do you get 2 a year?
It's like whatever we agree on. I don't know. Whoever I meet who's cool with it, if he's like, yeah, but only once a year, cool.
Once a year,
That's
person
fine.
a year or one time?
Whatever
person?
one person. Let's say just a hall pass.
So every year
If
you
I want
get
to,
one.
I may not want to. I may be like, nah, babe, I'm good. Like, but if
But
you want
he
to,
might not be good, and he's outside with his one person on a regular basis.
fine with me.
Not fine
I
with you.
have worked at a club so long to know that there's some things that like you need to pay another woman to do for you that I don't want to do for you. You know what I mean? Like if you have some type of fetish, go work that out with somebody else. And come back home by 6. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? There's actually
Like, I don't know. There's just certain
actually
things
somebody
like,
watching this right now that says, "Oh my gosh, I met my dream woman."
please go do that because I don't want to. And I see older women all the time who like have no sexual desire anymore. And so if I end up like that for whatever reason, I want my husband to still like have that aspect where he can go do that freely without it being like, oh, where were you? Like,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're just extremely confused on a bunch of different areas of your life.
I'm figuring it out. Like
Are you figuring it out? Will you say you're diligently figuring it out? Like looking, searching, trying to find out. Okay. Good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, next podcast recording, give me a report of where we're at.
Cool.
I think you'll still be extremely confused because I don't think you know, like I don't think it's one thing that you want. You just want to live and just live. Whatever I like in the moment, that's what I'm into at the moment. I will tell you it's a dangerous life to live though.
No, I understand that there's structure in a lot of things. Even like, I understand that things take commitment. But just people, I just feel like I'm not unrealistic to know that like relationships can be muddy. Yeah. People are going to flirt. People are going to want to have sex with other people. That's just a thing.
Do you experience any childhood issues?
No.
No trauma that you can think of? I'm not saying who you are has to be caused by trauma. I was just curious.
Not that I can think of.
What was your first intimate experience? How old were you?
19, LA.
In LA? And it was whack. So you're
Terrible.
disappointed, like, yo, I waited 19 years for this?
Pretty much.
So did that mean, like, okay, now that I did it once, I gotta go find, it got to get good somewhere.
No.
Did you go on the hunt?
No. I was very much a lover girl back in those days.
Oh, like a boyfriend.
Yeah, so I had a boyfriend shortly after that experience.
It was better the second time?
For sure.
And that's why you made him your boyfriend.
What? That's why what?
You made him your boyfriend.
Made
You're
who?
like, oh wow, this is what I thought it was gonna be like, and it's like this.
Made him my
Yeah,
boyfriend.
the second one.
I guess. Yeah. I think that was basically the premise of our like for each other.
Spend some time today, tomorrow at the latest, going through your life experiences. And maybe like writing a book of your life, and maybe you never publish it, maybe you never sell it. But I think that would be important. Just documenting, just trying to think of what happened in my life that created this confusion. And you might be through this process, realize, yo, this was the happiest time I've ever had in my life. And I want that. I realized this was happy, or this was free.
Okay.
What club are you going to go to first? You scouted some. You haven't been to a club out here yet?
I have. I would never work in Atlanta club again.
You would never work? Oh, you did work in Atlanta? Mm-hmm. You only been here, what, 2 years?
Yes, so the first time I came out here was...
You went straight to the club?
Yes, I had saw an Instagrammer or a YouTuber. She was going viral for having a stripper boot camp. And I went on the show and did the YouTube show, and that's what actually got my YouTube monetized. But yeah, so we worked
So
at
from
club.
LA, you go straight to Atlanta club. How long were you in the Atlanta's club?
For a month.
And you didn't like it?
No,
You didn't make any money?
I did.
What didn't you like about it?
I don't like working at black clubs. It needs to be only like diverse men, like of other ethnicities.
We be doing too much?
Too much. Too much.
Wow.
For $5.
For $5. You know what I never understood though? Like just from a woman's perspective, how you would dance on someone and you don't know how long they had them jeans on. And also, hey Reese, do you wash your jeans after every wear? Nobody does that. You take your jeans off, you put them back in the closet. You know how many times they wore those jeans? If you ever danced with somebody that just came from work? I'm cool, goodness gracious. Anyway, you're gonna find it, I trust you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, and let me know how the comments and the DMs go after this episode. You might find something you like.
Okay.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
You just watched this whole episode. If you like this episode, watch this one right here. Click right here. You're gonna like this one if you like the one you just watched. Check it out.